Hello, welcome. I don't know where the summer's gone. I'm going to do some beautiful hoop earrings for you today. And I've called them Soleil because, as I said to you on the last live, when it comes to earrings and hoops, to me they are summer earrings. But yeah, today the weather has gone very miserable. It's gone really dark, overcast. It's extremely windy, and it even rained again this morning. So if I've jinxed it, I'm sorry. But the earrings are really lovely. You're going to get in your kits today, you can make up 3 pairs. There's a discount on the kits. And because we've got some beautiful colours for you, I have asked the warehouse, is it possible to put a little bundle of the crystals that we're using, so you can do some ombre effects with these as well. They are so straightforward and simple to do, and they are a very quick make, so they make lovely gifts, lovely earrings if you just want to make, if the sun all of a sudden comes back out and you think, I need hoop earrings, then you can make them in no time. They're also good if you would like to sell them as well. If you've got, little craft fairs and summer fetes coming up, they're a good make for that. So I'm going to say a quick good morning to you all, or hello if you're watching in the future. Hi, and I hope that you're well. And I will take you over to the website and show you the goodies that we've got for you today. So good morning to Rachel. She says it's a bright Barrow where she's watching from. Elaine is saying good morning. Jan is in as well. She says it's cool but bright in Sudbury. Mina's in a cloudy Leicester. I know Mina's already been shopping and she's very looking forward to doing these. Good morning to Jan as well. She's wishing everybody a good morning. So let me know, how has your week been? It's Friday again, and we are at the end of June. I don't know where the summer's gone. I don't know where the month has gone. I don't know where the year is going, but I know that I'm happy to be with you and I'm happy to be making. Good morning to Camille as well. She says it's a bit cooler today. The temperature has definitely dropped. And we have had a lovely week, but I'm hoping that that's not the end of it. I'm still fingers crossed for July and August, because that to me is when it's summer, and that's what, trying to get all the clothes and things sorted, and I'm forever putting things back in. I'm out of my wardrobe. I've had dresses on, I've had shorts on this week, and today I'm back in my jeans. So I'm not a happy bunny. Good morning to Frances. She says good morning everyone from a very windy Perth. The wind has very much picked up here as well. Okay, I'm going to take you over to the website. We are totallybeads.co.uk, and if you head on over to the website, you can see all our video tutorials. You can click on that one there, which was our little face going about. Hello. I'm waiting for it to scroll again. There's lots of different ways you can get into it. You can go into jewellery making and you can click on video tutorials there as well, and that will take you in to all of our makes. So today is the Soleil crystal hoop earrings, and you can see just the beautiful colours that we've got for you today. So if you want to buy your earrings, your hoop earrings, you can get them individually, and they are £1 to make a pair of lovely hoop earrings. And you can really add on anything you want to with these. I just think these 3mm crystal rounds are beautiful. I will take you into the bundles in a little while. These are the colours I've got for you today. So I've got silver, because we've got different coloured hoops. So these are silver and they are in midnight. So if you're liking your monochrome, this is them for you. So they're £5.99. They've been reduced, and this makes 3 pairs of earrings. So you're going to get all your crystals and your wire and your hoop. So that's a really good offer, I think, to get 3 pairs of your hoop earrings. We're using the 3mm crystal round beads, and we're using a 0.4mm copper wire. It is copper wire, it's plated, so your wire will match the hoops, the metal on the hoops. I'm not sure what type of metal the hoop is. It is a base metal, and it is a nickel free. So they are really easy to pop in your ear. They just go through like that. They've got a really nice secure kind of catch on the back, and we are basically just wrapping that wire around. Really straightforward, really lovely, very quick make. These are your individual materials in the kit. So you can see there we've got the silver coloured 0.4 copper wire. You've got your gorgeous midnight blue. They are midnight blue, but they are really, really, really dark. So to me, they look almost black. And then I've put them with the silver hoops. So you can buy your bits and bobs individually there, but this is making 3 pairs up. So that's those colours for you. We've got, I'm going backwards, I'm going to go back upwards. We've got your champagne rose coloured earring hoops, and you've got the champagne rose coloured wire, and you've got these gorgeous crystals, which are your champagne AB. Now, again, the wonderful thing with the champagne AB is because it's got that lovely finish on it, the AB gives it kind of like that oil slick kind of petrol looking finish. It's got loads of twinkles and sparkles on. But because they are wrapped against the pink and the pink wire, I think it gives it more of a rose tone. But obviously, if you wanted to put them against a different coloured metal, it would possibly pick up that colour as well. So that's how they look in your ear. Very pretty and really comfortable to wear, and very lightweight as well. I'm going to go to the champagne ones because I've definitely got a favourite. So the champagne is a champagne olive, so that means your earring hoops are in the champagne colour. The wire, which is 0.4 copper wire, is coloured in a lovely champagne colour. And then we've got these really beautiful Olive Garden crystal round beads, which are 3mm in size. Because they've got a beautiful facet on them, they sit really lovely and they kind of squish up together as well when you're wrapping them on. So that's how the olive look without being worn. Now, do bear in mind as well, my little head bust that I use, her ears, its ears, personified it, sit forward. So that makes the hoop look like it sits forward. Obviously, if you've got a human earlobe, it will sit dangling straight. I'll put it in for you. But that's just to give you an idea of how it looks. You don't really see this back part when it is in your ear. So they're £5.99 for 3 pairs in this. And then we've got these, which I absolutely adore. This is why I called it Soleil, because they are the most beautiful sunshiny colour I've ever seen. They are canary yellow and they're gorgeous. I love them so much. So they're with the gold wire, so the gold, yellow gold wire, and your gold earring hoops. And then we've got these beautiful canary yellow, which just, if there was ever a summer piece of jewellery personified, then keep saying personified, if this just embodies summer to me. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous, happy colour. But they would absolutely look really, I think, gorgeous if you mixed up your crystals and you wanted to do like an ombre effect. And this is why we've included these lovely bundles for you today. So usually, you know, I'm a blue girl. I would go for the blue and I would start with either the darker or the lighter tones, and I would lay my beads out on my mat. I probably need about 21 crystals for one earring. I would lay them out in a line and I would get that graduated tone of colour going from dark to light or light to dark, and I would wrap them in order around my earrings, and I think they would look absolutely beautiful. So if you do want to mix them up, if you think actually I just want to do all of one colour but I want a different gold, or I want a different green, or I want a different pink, then get the bundle. They are £19.99, but you're getting 10 strings in these, and there will be loads of them there, so you'll be able to make loads of pair of earrings up, or you could make a bracelet or a necklace and have like a matching set. So if I go in the pink and purples, you can have a little look there. Beautiful, really gorgeous colours, different finishes. We've got some matte coloured ones as well. You've got kind of a clear finish. You've got an AB finish on some of them. So you can see there you've got those selection there, if you like, and the information is there for you if you would like a few more details on, well, how big is the hole and that drill hole on those and blah, blah, blah. You can have a little look there. The website suggested using them with Kamihimo as well, or simple bracelets. Kitty was doing the slider bracelets a little while ago. They'd be perfect for this as well, and probably wouldn't take as long because they're 3mm in size, a little bit quicker to pick up. So that is your pinks and purples. So again, you could do that ombre effect with this if you wanted to. You could get a mix of different colours and you could create a rainbow look if you wanted to do that as well. This one's really, really gorgeous. These are your greens and your golds. They look really beautiful together. Lovely, lovely tones there. And then, of course, you've got your blues. So if you want to buy that bundle, you want to buy the mix with 10 strings, that's been reduced from £30 to £19.99. If you just want to get your kit, which the colours have been picked out for you, then you can choose from these 4, and that's going to make up 3 pairs of earrings for only £5.99. So that's that done. I'm going to head back into the comments section and see what I've missed. Oh, we've got loads of you in now, and we're all having a chit chat about the weather. So Carol's in, good morning to you. Mina says, my orders in, had to do 2 as I wanted more beads and herringbone, for herringbone and some clasps. Good morning to Sally. Sally Louise is watching in a cold Torbay, and she's giving me some windy palm trees. Good morning to Joanne. She says, was looking forward to a lovely thunderstorm, but as it's cooler, I don't think we'll be getting one. I thought it may thunder the other day because the sky went very, very dark, but it was still really warm. But now it's just drab. It breaks it up a little bit though, doesn't it? It has been very warm of an evening. Good morning to Sue. Hello to Joanne. Good morning to Barbara. She says, hello everybody. We'll catch up on the replay and have a great day. I hope you have a wonderful day, Barbara, and when you're watching me back later, hello again. Good morning to Joanne. She says, always busy. Mina's got schools today and tomorrow. I think they're for fairs, are they? Like, you got your craft fairs, and of course she's busy working. So I think that's Joanne saying always busy to Mina. She is. Mina says she loves the rose gold one. Good morning to Trish. Camille's laughing at me for saying humans. Well, yeah, my bust's all the way over there, but the bust kind of sits like that. The earlobe sits forward, and obviously everybody's ears are different. Some are more attached than others, but if I'm going to put one in now for you, I'll put this lovely pink one. You'll see it just, I'll show you it down on the mat as well, just opens up really easy with the back, and then the back just clips on. So you can see it doesn't sit forward like it does on my bust. It sits normally. I apologise about my hair. I'm getting it done this afternoon. It's a mess. So it sits like that. I'm going to take that one out because I'll show you them down on the mat, and I don't want to look like a pirate with just one hoop earring in. Joanne says she loves the pink purple bundle, and then she says, actually, I love them all. Jan, oops, all of them have fallen into my basket. How did that happen, Jan? Good morning to Tina. Hello to Anne. She said it's a bit cold and breezy in Yorkshire. And Camille saying, I do hope your ears are attached. I don't mean my ears, I mean my lobes. Some people's are more fixed at this point. You know what I mean? Right, I'm going to take you down on the mat while Camille just picks on me and has a laugh. Oh, you know what? I was dead excited that my phone appeared to be working on its usual setting today without the sound going. And now it seems to have disappeared. So it was all straight and the angle was perfect and everything. Let's have a go. Let's see. Okay, so these are your hooped earrings. These are the champagne on the rose gold. Look at the twinkles. We've got this midnight blue, which to me looks black, but when it catches the light, you can see it has got a very deep dark blue to it. There on the silver, we've got this gorgeous olive colour, which today I'm really feeling those ones. They're on the champagne. And then I'm going to move them out of the way so we can see them in all the glory. This is the canary yellow on the yellow gold, and I just love them. I'm not a yellow person. I don't wear yellow stuff really. I think it washes me out a little bit. I suppose it depends on the tone. Oh, thank you. She says, love the nails. Got some little sunflowers on them. They don't look as good as they could. But I'm going to a Van Gogh exhibition on a Sunday with my mum and my sister. So I thought, well, we'll go for the sunflowers rather than the Starry Night. Whether they'll last till Sunday, I don't know. But they're the canary yellow. A little bit of focus. They're just happy colour. Okay, so I'm going to do the canary yellow because I'm raving about it so much. So I'm going to take my earring hoop, which is like this little blank, and you can see it's got a really lovely large catch on the back, so it sits really comfortably against your ear. This little part where it thins out fits through the earlobe, and then it just closes over like so. Angela says, I've made something similar from Totally Beads, lovely earrings. We did use these hoops. I think Kitty did like a stitch with them, and they kind of, she had little beads dangling off the bottom. I'm not sure if I think I have used them before, but I can't remember. I wonder whether I used them as little, like wine glass charms, because you could put them on the bottom of there as well if you wanted to. My camera isn't focusing as well as I'd like, but we'll hope for the best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my hoop, I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to take my 0.4 wire. I'm using about 14 inches of the 0.4, and I'm just going to attach it really easily. I'm going to do it clasp side, so where this part is here, I'm going to attach it on there. So I'm going to leave myself a little tail just sticking up. And I'm going to hold it with my thumb and my finger, and I'm going to bring it through the gap, and you can move it further along and then bring it round if you want to. And I'm just going to wrap that 3 times. And that 3 times is just going to attach it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim that little end off. So I'm going to come in with my cutters. You really don't need many tools at all for this. Pair of cutters, and then a little pair of like chain nose. I've got tweezers here just to flatten that end down. So I've pushed that little end gently against my earring hoop, and you can see I can just slide that round now. So it's going to start. Oh, come on, focus. Maybe this isn't the best camera option after all. I'm just going to shove that down. Shove. Very gently and elegantly. I'm just going to move that across so you can see you can slide it at this point before I fix the rest on. So it's just going to start up at this piece here, and then I'd be able to bring that wire through the little gap here quite easily. So I'm going to string on my first little bead. So these are the 3mm rounds. They are faceted. And I'm just going to slide that down onto the top of the earring. I'm going to hold it again with my finger and my thumb, and I'm going to bring the wire across the hoop, through the gap from the opening, and I'm just going to wrap it twice. So 3 wraps to start and 2 to secure the crystal on. Are we really playing this game, camera? Do apologise. Let me go into the different setting because it's not playing ball. I was really excited this morning, as I say, when the microphone wasn't giving the most horrific feedback like it has been doing for ages. But if it's going to keep freezing and it's not going to focus, then I'm not using it. So please bear with me. I do apologise. Mina says the bundle is a bargain. I got it. I got one in lockdown. Yeah, we have had these colours put together for you before in these crystals. So let's see if we can start as we need to go on. Let me know if the sound's okay. It should be. Okay, that's a bit better, isn't it? So I've just wrapped it twice, and then I'm bringing that wire back up again, and then I'm placing on the next crystal. So I'm putting my crystals on one at a time, just threading it through that lovely large hole, and then I will place that crystal next to the last one. Now you can squish these up and move them as you go. They will fit nice to each other, and they'll fit nice against the hoop because they've got that faceted edge, so the little flat part of the facet will just sit comfortably against it. Angela says you can see your nails better. Thank you. Okay, so I'm glad that's working. So I've just brought that wire across, again, gently holding it between my finger and my thumb, bringing it round once and back through the gap to bring it through twice. And you'll see as I'm bringing it through, I'm just smoothing that through my fingers. I'm keeping my wire nice and straight. And it is that straightforward to do. Anybody, I think, can do these. And they're a really, really nice, quick make. I've got a make for you on Monday. I'm doing necklaces, and they're really lovely, and they're a really simple make to do. But they're not a quick make. They're quite time consuming. It's took me quite a while to get all of the samples done. Whereas sometimes I like an easy make that's quick as well. If it looks effective, it's pretty. I mean, isn't that what we want in life? Something that's enjoyable. It's not time, spent that you could be making more, just really straightforward, sliding it on, bringing the wire across to the side, through the loop, wrapping it once, bringing it back through again twice, and bringing it back on top. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start sliding them down, so just pushing them up against each other very gently, like a little squish, and they will just sit nicely next to each other. Camille says definitely a favourite colour. Yeah, you love your yellows, your warms, your oranges, don't you, and your reds. I say I don't usually wear yellow, but I love these. So on with the next one. Just place that down onto the hoop. Wire's nice and soft, so just gently bring it across, through the gap, wrapping round once and twice. So we're just creating two little wraps around, and then again, if it needs repositioning, you can just bunch them up together. Jan says yellow is one of her favourite colours too. I say I'm always drawn to blues. I quite like green too, but it used to be purple, then it was blue, and now I think it just depends on my mood, and I find that's the same with gemstones as well. You just tend to go for what you're drawn to. Judith is in. Good morning to you. Good morning to Tracy as well. She says these are a little bit late, but they look lovely. These are the Soleil crystal hoop earrings. They're a bargain. You're making up 3 pairs for, I think it was £5.99. Just wrapping it twice. And the good thing about having the hoop like this, you can make your own hoops. I've made hoops before, and I'm using like a mandrel to shape the wire. I usually use a 1mm wire, which I think is 18 gauge when I'm making my hoop, just to give it that kind of stability and sturdiness. but you often need to kind of hammer it to give it more like strength and structure. And these are all done. They're really sturdy. They are nickel free, and because they attach like they do, it means it's really easy to get that wire just through the middle, and that means I can keep the wire straight as well. I'm not putting kinks in it by bringing it through and out. I'm just bringing it through that gap there. So you can see already, even with me chatting away to you and doing it quite slowly, that it's starting to fill up the hoop of my earring fairly quickly. So I'm placing it into position with my finger, and then as I bring the wire over the front, it will hold it in place. I can wrap it once and twice. And as you start to get into the middle, obviously you're more lined up with the gap in the middle as well, so it becomes easier as you go. This is how it's looking on this side and how it's looking on this side. It's pretty much the same. And you can just make sure that you're gently kind of compressing them down, which means that there's no gaps in between. And you'll probably use about 21 crystals. You might use a few less. Suppose it depends how you space them out really, but I like having them close together. So next crystal on, position it just by holding it with my finger and my thumb as I bring the wire down. The wonderful thing about wire is it has a memory. You don't have to be too forceful with it. You're just placing it where you want it to sit. It's not a complicated, wire wrap or weave. It's just gently wrapping the wire around. You will find as well that these wires that we have in your kit have got like a protective coating on it as well, so it won't oxidize very quickly. They are kind of like tarnish resistant, so it will keep its colour. But it is copper, so it's really nice and soft to work with and really malleable. What size wire am I using? I'm using a 0.4 millimeter wire, and the earring hoops are 31 millimeters, and my little crystals are 3 millimeter, and that's all you need. I'm just using my fingers. The only tools you will need is little wire cutters, like flush cutters or snips, and then maybe chain nose plier or a plier just to kind of tuck in that end. So I'm getting them nice and close. Again, if I need to move them up, I can just slide them into position. That first little wrap's going to kind of put it into the place that I want it in to be, and then the second one's just going to secure it, and then I just bring that wire back up straight and add on my next crystal. So you can add more or less crystals onto this if you want to. You've got enough to make 3 pairs. What I would say is however many you put on one earring, just make sure you put the same on the next one. So if you start your earring and you think, actually, I've only used 20 and I've filled the space as much as I want to, then make sure you've got 20 on the next one. So you've got, a matching pair. So bead on, wire, bring it a bit closer so you can see, wrapping once, really gently, just guiding it round, not pulling hard on the wire, just checking they're all in position. Tracy says, I'd love to do these in rainbow colours. Yeah, well, I asked for the bundles to go on because I knew some people would want to do the rainbow and some people would like to do an ombre effect. Some people might just want to do a little mix. wax. So the bundles there should give you the opportunity to definitely get that kind of ombre effect in there. And we've got lots of crystals on the website. So if you just want to go on to totallybeads.co.uk, you can just type in crystal rounds. They'll give you the option to select the size you want. So these ones are the 3mm, and then you can pick your rainbow colours out if you want to as well. If you want to do, you want to make the most of the offer on the bundle, they have been heavily reduced. I think they should have been £30 and they're now, is it £19.99, and that's for 10 strands. But these kits will give you the opportunity to make 3 pairs of earrings. And of course you can multi-buy on these as well. So if you think, actually, I'd like to make 6 pairs of earrings and I want the olive and I want the midnight, then you can do that. So adding my crystal on, I think I'm going to have this as my last crystal. So I should have about 21 crystals there. I'm going to bring that wire around and I'm just going to finish how I've started. So I started with the 3 wraps. So I'm bringing it round, just placing the wire where I want it to be. That's my second, and that's my third. And I'm leaving a little gap here because I think when I have this in my ear, so my earlobe will go to there, I like having a little gap so my crystal isn't sitting too close to my earlobe. But of course, if you want to add in an extra one, you probably get an extra one, maybe an extra 2. I do think it's wise just to leave a little gap. It just sits more comfortably for me personally. And you can see that's as easy as it is. They're all on, they're all in position, really straightforward and easy to do. All I need to do now is just give a little trim. And what I'm going to do actually before I do trim it is I'm going to bring that wrap so it finishes underneath on the inside. I'm going to cut it close. And then when I use my chain nose pliers or whatever I'm using, I'm going to just gently, so I curve that wire around very gently. I'm barely putting any pressure on it, but I'm just using the chain nose to just curve it around and tuck it in. And that way the wire is finishing. Just turn the earring round. The wire is finishing, if you can see, just on the inside. So it won't get caught on anything, it won't catch on anything. I can run my finger through it really nicely and smoothly, and it's not catching on anything. But if that wire was to stick up a tiny little bit, then it's going to be on the inside of there. So it's gonna, it's nice and safe and secure. And then to put it on, I'm literally just going to close that over, opening it up, and then close it over so it's nice and secure. That is how quick and easy your earring is. It's probably took me about 5 minutes if I'm not chit-chatting. Should I do the matching one? It's pretty much well, it is exactly the same. So I think I used 21 crystals on that. So I'm going to get 21 off my strand here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 21. I'll just double check that that's what I've used. Yeah. Okay, so starting again, just opening up my earring, going to get my wire out. So it is the 0.4 wire that I'm using. I'm going to cut myself about 14 inches of that. You will have a little bit of a tail left over. If you do more wraps, so if you do 3 wraps instead of 4, instead of 2, sorry, then you might use a tiny little bit more wire. Good morning to my mum who's just popped in. Hope you're okay. Mina saying, I really want to try this colour. They're just lovely. Okay, so I'm starting from the clasp side. If you're left or right-handed, it really doesn't matter. If you want to hold it, the other hand, you want to flip it round. Just work what's comfortable for you. I'm going to keep a little tail, probably got a few, like 2 centimetres there, and I'm just going to position it. And say if you want to start here, if it's easier for you to start in the middle, then I'm just bringing that round once. So I'm getting that wrap nice and close. Two times, 3 times. So 3 little wraps. I can then slide it down to towards the opening or the kind of clasp section on my hoop. Again, if you want to position it so your wire is finishing on the inside, really doesn't matter too much. And then with whatever pliers you're using, just tuck it down, making sure it against the frame, it's not sticking out. And then I'm just going to attach my first bead. Just move that out of the way so I get a bit more focus. I'm going to position it between my thumb and my finger. And then I'll just bring that wire over the top of the hoop, bringing it round once and twice. So I've got 2 wraps on that. And then slide on my next crystal. If I had the bundle here, I'd definitely do an ombre one with it. Because I think half the fun is just picking out your colours. The good thing about if you do get the bundle with the 10 strands of beads in is that all those colours of and tones have been picked out for you. So the pinks and purples, they'll all complement each other. All the blues will, look lovely together. So the hard work's done. I would just get my different strands and I would lay my beads out on the table, or my beading mat, in the order that I wanted to kind of graduate that colour, whether you're going to go lighter to darker or darker to lighter, or if you've got your rainbow colours or your chakra colours, lay them out in the order that you want them to go on. So wrapping them around, just giving them a little smush up together. Camille's asking about my nails. Well, I'm just so artistic, Camille. What I do is I get what's called a nail wrap. So I will paint my nail in a clear coat of varnish. And then I will take what is essentially a sticker and I will line it up against my nail and I will stick it on my finger. It's that complicated. And then I might do a little bit of painting over the end of them. So I've added a little bit of kind of glitter and whatnot. Because I haven't got time for my nails to dry. I'm making, and like just even now, I am using them as tools. I use my fingernails, especially when I'm using wire. You'll see now I'm just pushing that in, and I use my nails a lot, so they do chip. I've got quite strong nails, but I'll find the nail varnish that I use on these ones, my pointing finger tends to be the one that chips first. I don't wear rubber gloves when I do the dishes. Don't have a dishwasher. I'm old school, so yeah, I don't look after them as well as I should. But I am aware that my hands are on camera very regularly, and I mean, if you're what I call a proper jewellery maker, if you're like a metalsmith or silversmith or whatever, then you're not gonna have presentable hands very often. That's just how it is. And depending on what job you do and, your lifestyle. But I have always had long nails and I do enjoy decorating them, but I don't have time to wait for them to dry. So I tend to use a nail transfer. So that's the secret. Mina's asking, how long did I cut the wire, please? I've used about 14 inches. You could use a little bit extra. And then, you're only going to have a small tail end. Maybe this is about 15 inches. So there'll be enough in your kits to make 3 pairs of earrings. And I've said you'll need about 14 inches for each earring, not the pair, each earring. So if you want to cut a little bit longer on your wire, and again, if you weren't using this size crystal and you were using, let's say, 3 wraps instead of the 2, you might use, a little bit more, a little bit less. I always think it's worth having a little bit more, because you could add an extra bit of wire on, but you'd want to secure it 3 times. So you'd have an uneven weave, because you'd have to say, for example, I was going to attach a new piece of wire now. I'd want to wrap that 3 times to secure it on. And then the new piece of wire, I'd want to secure it on with 3 wraps. So it's much easier to have a longer length of wire and not need it all than to run short. So I always err on the side of caution. Whatever I'm making, I always use more wire than I think I'm going to. And quite often I think I should have used even more, especially if I'm doing something like a wire ring or a pendant or something. I like to make swirls and make sure you've got enough to secure in your stone or your cabochon or whatever you're wrapping. But 14 inches should be enough for this. Is there any questions? It's pretty straightforward and self-explanatory. Rachel says she loves this yellow. I do. It is called canary yellow, and I think that's very, very apt. It's just sunshiny and lovely. I used to have, when I was little, a little cockatiel called Honey, and she was this colour. Maybe that's why I'm drawn to it. Maybe it's, bringing back some childhood fond memories. So just bringing the wire over once, twice. You can see as I bring it up, I give them a little push down. They're all sitting nicely on the outside of the frame. My wraps are, neat and close together. What I mean by that is when I position that next crystal on, I'm bringing it over and I'll give it a little pull. So I'm just using this finger to just create a little bit of tension. I'm not pulling on it too hard. And then as I bring the next wire over, I do tend to push it with my finger so it sits next to the wrap that I've just done. It's not on top, it's just next to. And then I bring it up. And again, if I need to reposition, I just give it a little smush down. Joanne says the yellow is gorgeous, but like you, Natalie, I can't wear it as it washes me out too. I think it's because I'm blonde. So for me, it doesn't. Maybe it's my complexion as well. It's not something that I often wear, but you can do like a colour matching thing, can't you? And it's not necessarily the colour, it's the tone. So some will be like I don't know what it was called. You'd be like a different season. So you might be like an autumn or a spring, like a warm or a cool. Just wear whatever makes you happy. There's enough rules in life. Okay, so I'm bringing my last one on, letting that just sit next to my last bead, placing it in between my finger and my thumb, bringing the wire over the front, next to the bead, wrapping it once, wrapping it twice, and because this is my last wrap, I'm wrapping it 3 times. Just going to check against the last earring, and I did do 3 wraps. I think I did 4 on that one actually. I'll bring it round again and I'll finish it at the bottom. I'm going to trim off nice and close on the inside of my frame. Got a little tail left over, and I'm happy with that. And then I'm just giving it a little twist, so it should finish on the inside. Because I've used the same amount of crystals, my earrings finish at pretty much exactly the same point. And there you go. Really straightforward, really, really pretty. So they are the Soleil crystal earrings. You can choose from this gorgeous canary yellow on the gold. 3 pairs in your kit for £5.99. We've got the lovely silver with midnight. Again, you're going to be making 3 pairs up in your kit. We've also got the beautiful olive, and they are on the champagne, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. Really, really love them. Look at the sparkle. And we've also got the rose, which are with the champagne crystals, but you've got like a rose pink wire and a rose pink hoop. So a bit like a rose gold colourway. Really, really gorgeous. If you do think I want to do ombre ones, I want to do rainbow ones, have a little look at the website. I've been using 3mm round crystals. They've got a beautiful facet on them. You can get the bundle, so you could get the blues, the greens and golds, or the pinks and purples, and they're just £19.99. If you want to buy any additional hoops, we do have a black plate hoop as well. So if you wanted to go for kind of like more of a monochrome, you could get the black plate hoop, and you could get some silvers or some clear crystal ABs or whatever you want. Have a little look and have a little play. I do hope you like them. Thank you so much for being with me today. I hope you all have a really good weekend. I hope you are happy and healthy, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday if you can join me then. So take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.